Hi friends! Welcome! My name's Caitlin. Today I would like to share with you some tips to get started on your crochet journey. I learned to crochet when I was 10 from my mom. She taught me the chain stitch and then the half double crochet. From there, she got me a pattern book and I learned single crochet, double crochet, slip stitches, and treble crochets. I also learned all about puff stitches and clusters and bobbles, how to build a row and change my direction, and I figured out how to change from one skein to the next and change my colors without leaving a big knot or looking too sloppy like. But today I would like to begin at the beginning. First, we need to get yarn and a hook. I recommend going to the store to touch and look at the yarn if possible. That way you can really feel it and see what the material and colors draw you in. I would try and stick to more basic material and not too fluffy of stuff to start. The velvet yarn feels really nice, but it can be tricky to learn to master. Just FYI. You also need a hook. Now there are lots available. I like the classic metal hook. No frills, just the hook. But I recently taught my 8-year-old daughter how to crochet, so we got her a hook with the ergonomic handle, so it's easier for her to hold while she's learning the stitches. So do what's right for you and in your price range. You don't have to get fancy things to make pretty stuff. Get the basics to start your collection. There's also bamboo hooks, and there's also acrylic hooks. But yeah, there's all kinds of materials. There's all kinds of fancy ones, designer hooks you could invest in once you get started. To really amp up the aesthetics in your collection. But anyway, if you're using medium worsted weight yarn, which I'm using here, and which is like the most common and readily available, then I recommend using a 5mm H8 hook or a 6mm J10 hook. These make pretty nice even stitches that are loose enough to get into when learning. They are some of my favorite hook sizes to use. And I made swatches of them too. So here is a single crochet with the 6 hook. And here's a single crochet with the 5 hook. So you can see the 6 hook is a little bit bigger. This is what the double crochet looks like with the 6 hook as compared to the single crochet. And we can compare it to the 5 hook as well. So it's a little shorter and it's not as wide. Okay. But if you're using a lightweight 3 yarn, I would recommend more of a 3.5mm E4 hook or a 4mm G6 hook. So this is the lightweight 3 yarn, swatch single crochet with the 3.5mm hook. This is an old one, so it just says E on it. And then this is the 4mm hook and the single crochet swatch. So you can see a little bit wider, not too much taller. And here's the double crochets for the 4mm. So you just gotta find the right hook and right hook for your project. And as you play around with yarn and hooks, you'll figure out what's right for you. Here is the medium weight yarn with the 4 hook as well. So you could see there's a difference in the yarns. This is the same hook, but different yarns. This is a lightweight yarn and this is a medium yarn. Okay, but this is all something you're going to have to feel out for yourself. There's a different hook for every project. It depends on the yarn you're using and how much drape or stiffness you want the fabric to have. Do you need it loose or do you need structure? This will also determine what stitches you use. You will learn all that with time and practice and exploring more videos and tutorials and things. But now for the actual crocheting. First, I would recommend learning your slip knot and chain stitch. Really begin at the beginning and start with the foundational pieces. I have videos teaching all of these things. There are also countless other tutorials out there, and I encourage you to watch more than one so that you can see how different people hold the yarn and hook. There's no quote-unquote right way how to crochet or hold the hook or throw the yarn. Every crocheter has a bit of their own unique style, almost like a brushstroke from a painter. But anyway, once you get the hang of making a chain that appears pretty even and loose to work into, loose enough to work into, then you are ready to move on to practicing single crochets. Single crochet, which I'm doing right here, is the most basic of the stitches. You insert the hook in the yarn and the stitch chain. You yarn over, pull it through. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both, and that's your stitch. Yeah, once you've created a swatch like this, or several, like I did here, you're ready to move on to half double crochets. Let me just finish this row and I will show them to you real quick. Half double crochet is just one more step. So we yarn over and then insert the hook in the stitch. Yarn over, pull through the stitch. There's 3 loops on the hook now. We're going to yarn over and pull through all of them. And that's half double crochet. So if you wanted to make something kind of useful out of your swatches, not just a bunch of little fabric pieces like I have here, you could make a little bit bigger square and make it a coaster. You could make placemats. You could make a trivet or a hot plate for your table. If you're using cotton yarn, you could make washcloths or dishcloths. The cotton yarn isn't very absorbent, but it is good for like scrubbing. Okay. And now we can move on to double crochets. This bad boy is just one more step after the half double. So we're going to yarn over again, insert the hook in the stitch, yarn over and pull through the stitch. So there's 3 on the hook. We're going to yarn over and only pull through 2, leaving 1 unworked. And then yarn over and pull through again. And that's your double. And I have videos for all of these stitches in more slow motion to really get you acquainted with them. And there are countless other how-to videos out there as well. Next on the checklist would be the treble crochets. For this, you yarn over 2 times. Let's see. Trebles can be pretty tricky even for more experienced crocheters. It can be difficult to get the tension right and even. Don't get discouraged if you can't quite get it. Not too many patterns call for treble because it can be tricky. But after you learn these basic stitches, you're ready to move on to whatever projects you'd like to embark on. I'll show you treble real quick. Yarn over twice, insert, pull through. There's 4 on the hook. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over twice, insert the hook, pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's a treble. Oh, I have a swatch of it so you can see. Let's do the 5mm so we can see. See, it's taller than the double. That's the double. Alright. But after you learn these basic stitches, you're ready to move on to whatever projects you'd like to embark on. Now that your hands know the movements, you're able to learn fancy pattern stitches if you so choose. Or maybe you are more drawn to the freeform crochet. That's just going for it with no pattern, creating on the fly, being your own designer. You'll find your way through it, whether you like patterns or video tutorials or just creating your own things. However you go, I'm here rooting for you, and if you have any questions, please reach out. You can also find me on Instagram at Caitlin Lojo. I'm also on Facebook, and I have a few pins on Pinterest too. Thanks so much for watching, friends. I appreciate you being here, and I really do wish you so much luck and love on your crochet journey.